Hello students, today we are going to see first year engineering SEM 2 subject structured programming approach. See, in this you basically have a programming language C and C++, and you are going to study various aspects of C and C++ language in this. So I'm trying to cover important subtopics in this programming language C and C++, and reference book for you according to Mumbai University's Object Oriented Programming with C++. Author is E. Balaguru Sami. So you can refer these book notes along with my PowerPoint presentation slides. Okay, so let's begin. I'm going to start with the Introduction to C++ chapter. We are going to cover topics in this as listed here. We will first see components of C++ program, the two objects cout, cin used in the program. What do you mean by the directive #include? Then before we start programming, actual programming, you need to know what are variables, what are identifiers, various data types, then various operators like bitwise, arithmetic operators, we will see in detail during lectures, and the scope of the given variable, how to write comment, and learning all this will lead you to go for doing simple basic programs. So we will take up few programs in 2.15. Okay, let's start. So any C++ program, if you consider, this is going to be the layout of the program in which you have to write or start the program with, this is called as hash include iostream.h in these two brackets. Okay, now what is this parts of program? These parts I'm going to explain slowly when we proceed. So right now just understand that I'm going to, this is a header file with extension .h. I'm going to include this in my program. So first understand, this is a preprocessor directive which is not a part of a logical program as such, but we have to include it in the program. Okay, then all my program or logical statements, program statements, are in this keyword main function. Now a function in C++ is represented by any name with two opening and closing round bracket, and then the statements we are going to write in curly brace. This is opening of curly brace and closing of curly brace. So this is the very first program in which you have to just print hello to your output screen. Okay, so cout is an object which comes via this. When we include this, then the access of this is possible for the programmer. So writing cout hello will display hello to my computer screen. Now what is this getch? It allows the output screen to be stable. Sorry, it allows the output screen to be stable. Okay, so I have written this for you. See, these whatever I write here, usually we give name of the program or what that function does. So as this is just a sample program or first program, I have written this. Now this is non-executable statement when I execute this program. So how do you identify that? Writing comment. So the two slashes are denoted for comment. So whatever I write, it is a non-executable program in that comment. Okay, so proceeding further, as I have told you already, this is a preprocessor directive #include iostream.h. I am including header file iostream, which is basically input output stream. Okay, then main is a function which is the beginning. When I just write this, it indicates the beginning of the main function, or it is a definition. Then the curly bracket is the beginning statement or block for the main. After that we can include program executable statement. So here just the output statement, cout hello. There is no programming logic I have included, as this is very first program for you. Okay, get ch, as discussed, it used to keep the output stable, and then we have closing of the block for main, end of the main block. Okay, this is the very first program. For that you have to download dev C++ editor or turbo C++ compiler. Just see whichever you can download and try writing this program in that. Now after writing it in editor or that compiler, then the next step is you have to compile this program. Compilation is a stage in programming in which you are going to identify if there are any bugs. If there exists some bug, logical or syntactical, then the compiler will give you the denotation by highlighting at that line, or will directly give you the line number. Okay, so how do you first step is how do you compile it? We compile it after pressing Ctrl and F9 key. Sorry for that noise. Okay, yeah, proceeding further, we can compile any program by using Ctrl and F9 key simultaneously. Then it will compile, or you can see their option compile. You can identify the errors. After you compile the entire program, the editor or compiler will give you message, it is now compilation done, so there are 0 errors. So now you can execute the program by pressing at a time Ctrl F10 key. Now whatever are the expected output, you can see that on your output screen. So that is execution or running of the program. Usually we follow this step after compilation, right? So remember, from keyboard you can use Ctrl F9 key for compilation and Ctrl F10 key for execution. Okay, now what is this cout object which you have seen in the last lecture? It displays the information on the computer screen. You have to use this operator along with the cout object and whatever you want to print on the computer screen, or whatever you want to display on the computer screen. Suppose if we want to display more than one line, then you have to use end L, multiple lines. So suppose if I want to print hello there, and then on the next line I want to print something that yes, we are learning C++, then you can use end L here, or you can use \n. Okay, getting me? Now similarly, as per cout is used to display the output on the screen, computer screen. Similarly, what if we want to accept the data from the user? So suppose if you want to find area of a circle, you may require the user to print the data. Like say for example, when you go to ATM card to withdraw money, there you are going to ask the user enter your PIN number and password, right? So there whatever user prints or types from the keypad, that is has to be accepted by the program, pass those parameters to the given variables, and then the program output is executed. Once you have a valid user ID and password, then you are authenticated to go for the further step, that could be withdraw, display, or some other transaction you want to do. So cin object is used to read the information from the keyboard. If we want to read only one variable, we can write cin. Now you can see this operator is exactly opposite of this. This is extraction operator and this is insertion operator, right? So cin A will read data from the variable A. It could be int, it could be char, it could be float. We are going to see that what is int, char. So suppose if we want to read 2 or more objects or more data values at a time, we can do so using cin insertion operation A, insertion operation B. So you can separate the two variables by using this. So we can accept the two variables like that. Now what is hash include directive, which we have seen in the earlier program? So it inserts the code which is written in the another file into your program. So every time suppose if I say cout, right? So cout is an object. So the code for what is cout is written in iostream.h header file. So you don't have to write that cout ka code in your program again and again when you are displaying. Okay, and this is the important point, that it is not a part of C++ language. So compiler is not going to see that line. It is just going to execute, like wherever you have cout object, then it is going to identify, okay, I have to see the code from header file, like that, compiler. Okay, and so we are not using semicolon here. If you have observed carefully in this given program, I am again showing you. See, you can see that in the main program statement I have ended here with semicolon, like how we end our Hindi or English statements by writing full stop. Here, this particular C++ program, we have to end it each statement with this, that is indicating end of statement. But you can see here in hash include directive, I have not entered because it is not an executable statement. See, because whenever the program is first executing, the control comes here, then it will see what is cout, and then it will check cout's definition from iostream.h. Okay, got it? Got how the compiler works, the way. Okay, so let's proceed further. So we were at this, that it is not a part of C++ language as itself. It is not seen by compiler, and we are not supposed to use semicolon at the end of this. Okay, in the next lecture we will see variables, constant and data types. So you will be practicing that in the further lecture, what is data type, how we are going to write different programs using data types and all. Okay, so by that time you practice this basic, read the book, and we will go for the next subtopic in the next lecture. Okay, thank you.